Hey everyone, in this video we are going to build a hierarchical customer service agent network using only tool calling or function calling with GPT-4 Omni. The conversation will start with a customer service agent which can transfer the customer to technical support orders agent or billing agent. Any agent can transfer the customer to any other agent except only technical support can transfer to hardware or software support agents. Let's start with a quick demo and then we'll see how we are going to be able to build something like this. So we are connected to customer service. I can say hi. I'm chatting with the customer service agent. I can say I need help with my laptop. Let's see what it does. I'm here to help. Please provide details. Say it doesn't turn on. And at this point, it says I'm sorry here and it's transferring to technical. And here we are let me transfer to technical support. Who can assist you? And I can say I need help with my laptop. And now we're talking to technical support agent and it wants to provide details. I can say, I think it's a hardware issue and it wants to give me some examples of how I can fix it. I can say transfer me to hardware and it has transferred me to hardware. I can continue the conversation. I can say, let me speak with ordering, and it transferred me to orders. But while I'm in orders, if I want to be transferred to hardware, and if I say this, transfer me to hardware, it actually transfers me to technical, because as we have seen, only the technical support can transfer me to hardware or software. The code files for this project will be available at my Patreon. Link will be in the description. I created this in a very modular, very simple way so that you can actually adapt it to your own use case. It is written very simply without any abstractions or any other additional functions. All the agents do is actually transfer to one another. I didn't want to clutter the code with like databases and stuff like that, so that you can actually get an idea of how to build something like this or take this code itself and actually add additional functionality to it. So actually, let's start reviewing the code now. Requirements for this project is just OpenAI and term color for colorful printing. I also have a README file. If you download the code, you can actually read more about it here. But essentially, we are doing our imports, and then we are defining a function. We are defining a function to get the transfer tools based on agent type. This get transfer tools is going to take in an agent type and it's going to define all possible transfer tools. For example, the first one is transfer the customer service, transfer back to the main customer service. Second one is transfer the billing, transfer the orders, and transfer the technical. And here we have an additional tools for technical support. If the agent type is technical, then we extend all tools list to include transfer the hardware and transfer the software. As you can see, you can write very simple function descriptions. And here, when this function is returning all the tools, it will return all the tools except the transfer tool for that uh, agent. For example, if you're in a customer service, if you are speaking with the customer service agent, we don't want it to have tool to actually transfer to itself. So we are excluding that. And here's the main customer service agent function, which is going to take in a user query and conversation history. Conversation history is common across all agents. And we print that this is the customer service agent. Here's the system message for it. You're a friendly, efficient customer service agent. Its role is to greet the customer, handle general inquiries, transfer the specialized departments such as billing, orders, and technical, and summarize the conversation when it ends. I guess we should have done that. Always maintain a polite and helpful demeanor. Get transfer tools for your customer service. We call the get transfer tools function. Just we have just seen, and we call it for the customer service agent. And we create the prepare messages for API call, the system message, conversation history, plus the user content. We make the API call to GPT-4 Omni with messages and the tools which were created with the get transfer tools function, and tool choice we set to auto. You can set this to none, or actually you can make your agent call a particular tool always as well, but we're setting it to auto. So it can respond normally, plus with function calls, tool calls. And then we have a handle response function we're going to see. That's what we are returning. And here is the billing agent. which again takes in the query and conversation history. Here is its system message. You are a knowledgeable billing department agent. Responsibilities, handling all billing related inquiries. So you can read about this here. Again, when we retrieve its tools, we are retrieving for billing. Everything else is the same. And we make the API call, return the handle response, another function for orders agent. Exact same structure. We get the tools for orders, make a call, and handle response. This is the technical support agent. Its system message is also a little bit different because this also can transfer to all other departments when needed, but transferring to specialized hardware or software support when necessary. And this also gets all the tools. Remember, when we call the get transfer tool with technical, we are extending the list with additional functions, definitions to transfer the hardware and software. And then we define the hardware support agent and then the software support agent. These all can transfer to all other departments. But the only difference is only the technical support can transfer the hardware and software. So here is the response, handle the response from an agent. So here, when we get the response, we're going to extract it and then make sure that there's content. Check if agent wants to transfer the conversation. That means this wants to make a tool call. We get the tool call, we get the function name, and create a transfer message, which is transferring to the particular agent. And we print that. We append to conversation history and return the new agent type based on transfer function. If the function name is transfer the customer service, we return customer service plus content. Same with billing, orders, technical, so on and so forth. This will return none and content. If no transfer, return none for agent and the content, meaning we always return content because there may not be a function call. That's why. Main function to run the customer service. We initialize the conversation history. We print, welcome to customer service. How can I help you? Current agent begins with customer service. We take in user input. Yeah, after we take in user input, we route the query to appropriate customer service with billing or any other by calling the appropriate functions. And we unpack the response, check if we have a new agent, otherwise none. Then the content, we append it to conversation history. We check if there is no agent. Then we switch the current agent to be that agent and we run the main function. So this is it. This is a very modular implementation and you can actually make it your own with this, add your own functionality. If you are actually enjoying my videos, please do check out my website, ecolive.live, where you can find all my videos. And if you're a patron, you have a convenient code download link for any one of the projects. If you do become a patron, you will have access to over 250 of my projects. You will also have access to all my courses, especially the 1000x Masterclass, in which I try to teach how to code faster using Cursor AI assistants. These 13 projects include and the project files for each. I also have Ask Me Anything meetings for Architect Plus patrons. Next one is on August 14, 12 p.m. If you want to join. If you're an Architect patron, feel free to join. I've also started patron perks for my paying patrons, which are going to come in as discounts and free memberships and so on. The first one is Boring Lounge, which helps you boost AI startups SEO by submitting it to 100 plus platforms. I also have one-on-one consultation meetings in my Patreon. If you check out the higher tiers, if you want to speak to me one-on-one, you needed help with your project, you can also do that. So check out those tiers as well. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to get notified of my future videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.